Yahuwah destroys the whole world with a flood, preserving only those who made it onto Noah's ark. The whole earth is populated by Noah's 3 sons. In 1908 AM, or a year since creation, Nimrod is born. Abram is born in 1948 AM, and the seed war continues with 2 human players on the cosmic chessboard, Nimrod versus Abraham. Nimrod builds a tower in order to reach into heaven and ultimately attempts to kill Yahuwah. His plan fails when Yahuwah confounds the languages. People disperse, all talking about the same guy, Nimrod, and now only with different languages, different names. Hence, he becomes the rebellious god of this world. Abraham produces Isaac, who produces Jacob, who is the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. The stage is now set for the entire biblical narrative. All of that's within the first 12 chapters of Genesis, which ultimately leads to Messiah and his final victory in the cosmic seed war. Now let's drill down to more along our timeline. Nimrod, again, was born in 1908 AM, year since creation. Just so happens to be, if you flash forward to 1908 AD, Ernest Shackleton boarded a ship called the Nimrod, and he heads down to Antarctica on the Nimrod expedition. Now, in the biblical account, Nimrod went up to try to get into the firmament. In 1908, if this model is true, it looks like they went out to get to the firmament towards the outer regions. Now, people are like, well, if it's flat Earth, how come we don't fall off the edge? Well, because it just so happens to be, if you Google coastline of Antarctica, you see 200 to 300 foot ice walls. That would be the outside of the circle, so to speak. If you look into the Enochian account of what happened to him when Enoch was not, for God took him, where did he take him? Joshua says he was taken in a place of snow and ice. So I'm going, okay, that's interesting. So Nimrod heads down to, Shackleton heads down on the Nimrod expedition. Many more Antarctic expeditions soon follow. In 1931, a guy named Auguste Piccard, who was a scientist, shoots himself up into the stratosphere. He got to nearly 52,000 feet, first guy to get that high, in a metal ball hanging from a balloon, and comes back describing, for Popular Science magazine no less, the Earth as a flat disk with upturned edges. That was his description of what he saw. During World War II, the Nazis become obsessed with the occult and Antarctica. Just look into the Nazis and what they were doing down there. After World War II, the rest of the world suddenly becomes obsessed with Antarctica as well. Enter Admiral Byrd. He's an interesting character who allegedly flew to the North Pole region in the late 1940s, and he came back claiming to have found the entrance to Inner Earth, Agartha. Now, this is a highly decorated, he's the youngest admiral in the U.S. military. Comes back talking about this in his diaries. The Babylon Working I told you about earlier takes place in 1946, along with L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology. JPL founder Jack Parsons, who was a disciple of Aleister Crowley, engages in ritualistic sex magic in order to incarnate a moon child with the Scarlet Woman named Babylon. Byrd then goes to Antarctica, leading Operation High Jump in 1947. Why is it called Operation High Jump? Well, you got to jump up. You got to get over that big ice wall there. What else happened in 1947? Lots of interesting things happened in 1947. Among them, the founding of the International Monetary Fund, the start of Jewish immigration to the land of Israel. A young Bedouin shepherd discovers the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's when he chucks a rock in there, hears a crack, goes in there, finds the scrolls. And then we have the alleged UFO crash near Roswell, New Mexico, all happening at that same time period. A nation calling itself Israel is established in 1948. MKUltra begins early in the 1950s, officially runs from 1953 to 1973, coincidentally the same time as the space program. If you know anything about MKUltra, that's all about government-sponsored mind control.